Okay, let's talk the staff of the Enchantress. And here you see it. It's 90 degrees, so everything's easy to check and look around. I usually keep an extra copy of stuff. The original straight up, and this is actually probably one from much earlier in the modeling because this looks physically smaller. These look bigger. These pins here, which are meant to go on the little flame bolts, are way bigger. So it's not exactly the same as the current model, but it's close enough just to go over it and show you how I made it. Now, actually, most of this is comprised up of cylinders. Pretty much almost everything you see here, except the occasional sphere, is a cylinder in one form or another. Right? We got a UV sphere here, a UV sphere here, and there's two over here. But pretty much everything else is a cylinder. You look at this shape, obviously a cylinder, right? All I did, add mesh, cylinder. Now let's scale that puppy in a little bit. We'll go 3 and then R90, and then we'll scale Y. I'm not going to try to match the proportions exactly. I'm just trying to give you an idea how I made it. So we're just going to go through this really quickly. Otherwise, you guys are going to get bored to tears. So I Shift, Alt, click to select that face. Then I'll hit X, and then I will delete the face. And then I will do Shift, Alt, click, and X to delete that face. Now that I have that, I just want to hit A to select everything. And then I will hit E and S, and I will scale in. Right, now when you do that, unfortunately, let me hit X-ray, and I'll show you, it also scales in the Y direction, which we don't want in this case. So we'll do that, and if you want to be absolutely sure everything's 100% flat, just marquee select everything. I don't know if they call it marquee in Blender. That's an old Photoshop habit. Just select everything using B and then hit scale Y 0. And that will put all of those vertices on the exact same plane. We'll do the same thing, scale Y 0, enter. So now we're 100% flat on both sides. Now, still in edit mode, we're going to go over here and we're going to do 2 loop cuts. 1, 2. Okay, we'll switch back to that. I will select the other loop cut. Then I will hit E for extrude. Just click on the background anywhere to disengage it, I guess. I don't know. And then we'll hit S, and we'll scale it in a little bit. Now we got the same issue if we go to 3. On Y, it was scaled a little bit. So we'll go scale Y, and we'll bring it out. I could do that same trick with the SY0, but it's a little more complicated here, a little trickier to get everything. So that's close enough for jazz for me, especially for this. Now, I want to get rid of all of those little facets, right? I don't dig on that. But if we just apply the subsurf now, whoops. Okay, subsurf. Let's bump that up to 3, that to 3, and that is already on 3. And we hit that to apply the cage to the actual model. You see it rounds everything out. Now it looks more like a weird rim or a tire or something. That's not the look I'm going for. So I'm going to loop cut again. Whoops. Hate when it does that. There we go. I'm going to bring that out. Loop cut. Bring that in. Do one there to get it nice and square. And then you got to do the same thing on the other side. That might be a quicker way to do this, but it's just the way I do it. Okay, there we go. We got that. Now these are just, cylinders I brought in. No big mystery there. This is another UV sphere. These are all just cylinders. I brought in, I lengthened, I extruded the end. I scaled the tip down a little bit. Same thing here. This is all one piece, I think. Oh no, it's probably two now, but it was originally one. I split it in half. This is just a cylinder that goes straight up through it. Oh, that's up a little too far. I brought that down. That's really all I did to that. This down here is a cylinder. I just extruded out the sides a little bit, pulled it down. Nothing big there. This, I'd love to tell you how I did this, but I can't for the life of me remember. I come up with some of these funky shapes. I don't know how I made it. I'll be honest, no clue. I'm guessing from this that it started out as a cylinder. I scaled up. I probably scaled this in, and then I, extruded up and down to the sides. This is just a UV sphere that I brought into sculpt mode. Whoops, I hit tab. Yeah, I didn't want to hit tab. Now I gotta wait. Yeah, because it's a little dense. And my computer's a little on the ancient side. If I get rid of these, hide them, you can see the ends. Right? I just used sculpt mode and sculpted all this little stuff in. Even with the these guys, these were just sort of box modeled into sort of a swoopy state. Then I applied the subsurface, and then I just gave them a little more character. That's all. Nothing too special there. They came out real nice, though. I printed them in translucent blue, and they look really cool. Maybe I'll stick a image of them right up there, if I remember. Hopefully now I will. And that's really all there was to this. It was pretty easy peasy. This was the easiest part probably of the whole thing. I spent the least amount of time on this staff than I did anything. Just tweaked the design here and there a little bit. But that is the Enchantress's staff.